All right, so Luka Doncic is really putting on the show thus far into the season, and it looks to me like he's going to be this year's NBA MVP. Luka is having a historic start to this NBA season, ridding everyone of the memories of last year's disastrous end of the year. Through 5 games this season, Luka is averaging 33.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 9.5 assists per contest. Now, his counting stats are nearly identical to last season, as crazy as that sounds. But so far this year, his efficiency has taken an enormous leap. His 64.5 true shooting percentage is a career high. And most importantly, he's shooting 10% higher from 3 than he did last year, on 11 3-pointers attempted per game. We're talking historic shooting numbers so far this season. Luka has improved his scoring in more ways than one. He's already one of the best ISO scorers and finishers in the game. He has an ever-improving mid-range game, and he's one of the top 5 playmakers in the NBA. And most importantly for that MVP case, him and the Dallas Mavericks are winning. At the time of this recording, the Dallas Mavericks are tied for the second best record in the Western Conference at 4-1, showing the ability to not only gut out wins, but to win in convincing fashion, due in large part to Luka's heroics. And to add more to his MVP case, he's been this successful without his running mate in Kyrie Irving, who has missed a couple games due to injury. The Dallas Mavericks finally have a team that's gelling and working extremely well together, thanks to their offseason acquisitions in Grant Williams and Derek Lively. And Luka has taken that next step in his game, going a little bit away from that heliocentric type of offense. His defense has been decent this season, and he isn't complaining so much to the refs about fouls and things like that. This year, the Mavericks are averaging 120 points a game, good for 4th in the entire NBA. They're shooting the ball at an effective 41% from 3 and have really honed in on their fundamentals, being one of the best teams at limiting turnovers and not fouling. And let's not forget how much of an impact media talk has on an MVP winner. You're going to need to have some MVP-worthy plays to have a chance at this award, and through 5 games, Luka already has so many of them to talk about.
The step back 3, you bet, is a bad man.
And keep shooting.
Right back at you. Seconds, flip it over to Luka, stare down 3, is on the money again. 18 out of 23 for the floor, looking for his 8th 3. Got it from Kleba, again late in the clock, in desperation.
Now I get it, I know. It's very early to be having MVP discussions. I mean, we are just a few games into the NBA season. But I think this level of play is definitely sustainable for Luka. I mean, we're talking about Luka Doncic. This is a guy who averaged 29 a game at 20 years old. He has a career playoff average of 32.5 points through 28 games. I mean, he's a walking highlight film. And teams have tried to do everything to stop him. I mean, double teams, triple teams, quadruple teams, it just isn't possible. Now, of course, there are a lot of other players who have just as strong a case to win the MVP as Luka. You have Steph Curry, you got Nikola Jokic, you got Joel Embiid, but these guys have all had their glory already. And the NBA is now transitioning into that next generation, a generation that Luka is going to dominate in. Since stepping on the NBA court, the media hasn't been able to stop talking about him, and an MVP award would only amplify those talks. Luka's going to continue to have these crazy games, he's going to continue to put up crazy numbers, and with how cohesive and efficient this Mavericks team is now, they're going to keep winning games. As of right now, Luka is my MVP pick until someone else proves me otherwise. And honestly, I really don't see that happening.